Welcome back to Finnegan's Farm, welcome back to the YouTube channel, and welcome back to Workshop Wednesday. Don't forget to like, subscribe to the videos and comment if you want, and we will get back to you. So in for repair today we have our Fleming flat roller, we have a Manitou 735, we also have a Tumoba sprout harvester, and we have a little quick update on the 2850. But just before we get started there, I want you to draw attention to the Ballyboy Revan Roar. It's the All Ireland Tractor Pulling Day, Dino Day, and it takes place this Saturday, the 30th of September, in Ballyloon and Ballyboy, Kilcormac. We even have an air code there. So we have on the day a vintage display and thrashing. We also have a potato picking championship. I handled that myself, you wouldn't know, I'd be fairly handy at that. We also have dogs show and lots more. It's in aid of a great cause. We have Jigsaw, Embrace Farm, accessible counselling. So look at truck show and more. That came in from Thomas Fox. Again, takes place next Saturday, the 30th of September in Ballyboy. So it's for Ballyboy Community Development and Towdy Towns. Okay, so get down to that Revan Roar. Promises to be such a great day and a great worthy cause. So first of all, we head over to the 2850. Just a quick update on the 2850. Now, we just found a few more spots of rust in the cab, mainly across the back here and up on the mudyards on each corner. So we're just going to have to get Marco looking at that. Evan has taken off the last there's a bracket for, I think it's for the mirror. He's going to take that off and get that last bit of padding off. Now they don't make it simple because he can't get a ring spanner on it, so he has to use the open end of the spanner. But yeah, he's getting handy ahead there now. He's getting a good run ahead. So just when he is on the camera, just to loosen that off, and that should take that last bit of padding. After that, then the 2850 we see here on the surround of the dash. Again, this is cracked, so we'll have to support that in at the back and get that fixed up. So a little bit to do on the 28 on the cab. It's just that when we have all the padding off, we just probably has exposed a little bit more rust than we would have liked. So we're going to need to get that fixed up before we can put the new padding back on. So we have our full kit here. This is for doing the whole cab on the 2850. We have 4 pillar ones, and they're for in around the seat, and that for the side of it there as well. It also comes, the kit comes, I think it's about €350 there from Conaghy's. It comes with the Canada glue there for putting on as well. So you have to be fairly quick when you're putting this on. Make sure you're having to set up because it can set fairly quick. So once we have the bit of welding done on it and cleaned up, we can start fitting back our cab kit into it now. Just a few tips here on the bonnet on the 2850. Now Evan is giving me a hand here just to kind of get it cleaned down. Looking at it there, yeah, obviously you can put new stickers and spray it all up, and we know all that, but we're not going to do that for the time being. We're just going to clean down the bonnet and oil it up. Now as you can see here there was a previous sticker. If we could only get it that colour, Evan, it'd look well, wouldn't it?
Would look well.
Yeah, so that's where there was original sticker, and if you spin it around here, I think it came from Regan's, is it? What's on it there? Regan's. Yeah, so it's Regan's Tractor Farm Machinery Sales, and they're down in Roscommon. So I don't know where that tractor would have obviously been down there at one stage. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to use the heat gun. Now Evan has this one done. A few different options there with a heat gun, just to remove any of the stickers. You can have the cordless one, which is a DeWalt. Now look, it's a handy little tool. It's you wouldn't want to be doing a terrible amount with it because it just doesn't have the power. So you can use that one and have a spare battery just to take off that, and it will work. But as we say, just took that bit longer, didn't it, to do it with that one. Now Evan has the Black & Decker one, which is 220 volt here, much stronger. You have a heat up and down on it as well, and a few different settings, the low and high settings. So that's what you're going to use to take that off. So the first thing we have done is we have degreased the bonnet here. Now we use a product here. It's an Auto Smart, a +10. It's a heavy duty solvent detergent, and we're just going to use it on the bonnet first just to see what it does. Now as you can see, the bonnet is quite dirty there on it, so just spray this on it. Again, no harm to have a few rags with you, a few spare rags. We can leave it on it for a minute, or we can just maybe rub it into it there now. As we rub it into it now, it just, you can see the amount of dirt and crap, it just takes off. So it starts to bring it up now. It's going to dry off, and it'll need to be oiled up after, but you can see the amount of dirt. You can't really see it there on that rag, but it does take off a lot of that. So we're just going to use that on it first to get off the heavy dirt. When we've that done, we're going to use this Waterford, I think is the name of it. It's a colour restorer, and you just basically you rub it in. You wouldn't give me a clean rag there, would you, Evan? Look at that. That man is ever ready there. Rags in the pocket, ready to go. So we're just going to try it here on. There's the spot where the sticker was. And if we rub a bit of this oil, and we've used this in the past on any of the tractors, again, it's very good just for bringing up the colour in the tractor, and it doesn't last forever, don't get me wrong, but it just leaves the tractors looking nice. And we kind of use that to have a look at it there. Just does bring up the colour. So I'm not sure we get it as good as they're late 430 here, but we won't be that far away. So we're just going to use as we say, we're going to use the degreaser first, let it dry off, and then we're going to use the oil, the colour restorer on it then. And that should leave the bonnet in a nice kind of, yeah, exactly. We have probably could put the stickers on it, but we'll hold fire, won't we? We'll hold fire on that, Heaven. I'll let you walk away. You're going to take off that inside sticker on it there, which is so once we have it degreased, we took a lot of crap, we'll say, off the bonnet itself. Just going to use that product, as we said, just dial her up. It does come in an aerosol form as well, but we just had this one left over. So again, just a little dip on the clean rag and run it into it. It just gives it that little bit of a shine up. As you can see, not as good here as probably where the original sticker was. Plenty of war wounds on the 2850 on the bonnet there and there. Yes, as we said, it probably would do a complete respray, but it's not a simple job to do that. You know, stickers would have to come off. Then once you start spraying the bonnet, where does it stop? So for this one, we're just going to give it 15 minutes max of a clean up, just as we say, degrease, oil up, and the bonnet won't look too bad. So for that reason alone, it doesn't take much to do it, and it will shine up good enough. Voila. We've Sean walking away on the 2-row Tumoba harvester. Now, not that simple to walk at these because you kind of have to get in at the back of them. It's a little bit old school this, but still works very well. We had a problem with 2 bearings on the stripper arm, I think. Is that it, Sean? These 2 bearings are located on the inside, here, on the inside. And you have a belt driving that then, that's a presume, is that it? Yeah. So Sean's trying to get that back into it. As you can see, the old bearings are completely seized on it, and that's probably just from laying up and over the idle period, and that's what happens bearings generally when they're not being used.
So I've taken a new one's half in at the moment. We'll show you that. The stripper head goes in here, front of the machine. You can see that's where it's out of. That's one complete unit in. A bit of work getting in. It's very, very tight down the back of that. Right, so we'll throw the new bearings in and build up the hub. With the bearings fitted to the cone, be very, very careful of those threads. They're very fine, and if you damage them, you have a problem. So nice and gentle. Once they're sitting in, we're not too bad. We can tap. Bruce is joining us. I'll know I'm home when the sound of the tap changes. Oh, copper mallet is it? Copper hammer? Hammer. Right, that's that hint. Now we turn it over, and now we can see our thread sticking proud.
Squeeze.
Yeah, just nip there at the minute. I'll have to put the plate. I just want to get the thread started on it. Dust shield there, put that in there, and then we put this on here. Now this is the tricky part. We need to get that dead square and threading. I need to put the plate on the far side so I can lock it. Actually, I need to catch it on that flange underneath. And we'll try and get the thread nice. And Sean has it worked brilliant. They go in there with my Allen key. I have it marked there from when I took it apart just so I go back to the same position.
Piece here when we have it in place, so we need to get that bit, because that's actually the bit that spins.
Yeah.
This is bolted to and that spins, so we need to get that in. So we'll let you walk away on that shot. What happened, Mick? Mick just must have left you at this now. You must be trained in completely, are you?
I'll fix them alright, but don't drive them.
So Shani says he's not alone, he's going to fix, he's going to drive with this shot.
No.
So we've our PTO shaft here off it's a Pronar Chaser bin. We would have seen it maybe in some of the workshop videos before where we had an issue, one of the drive lines, the shaft on it going as well. Now we got that one sorted, and for some reason this is on the main drive. So we've one drive coming from the tractor into a gearbox, and from there on to another gearbox. And this is the drive line there. Now we're after breaking, or it broke, this shaft here. Now because it's running at an angle, it's a double knuckle joint on both sides, not alone on this side here, but on this side as well. It kind of runs at an angle and a little bit off centre, just not quite sure. Maybe not just such a fantastic design on it, but that's the way it is. Now for some reason this one has broke, pulled here at the universal joint, and yeah, that's it. It's just going to have to replace some part for this and for the double knuckle, and possibly this end of it here. We won't know, but not going to be a cheap fix on something like that. That's the problem with this there, when you're kind of running double knuckles. They're a great job and all that, but if you break them, you kind of have to buy the whole piece. So we're going to have to chase that up. Now we'll probably bring it into Leinster Farm Machines. They are the dealer for the Pronar, and to see where we can get parts for it. Again, I'm after giving it a wash there, but full of grease. It wasn't a greasing issue anyway, that's for certain, because with the grease nipples on the outside of the joints here, it's always easier to get them. Another grease nipple on it there, and I presume that's for the ball, which ball sits in here and allows it to swivel. But it's completely pulled it here, broke it on that joint. So just not quite sure what's going on there. This one looks very good, but this one has pulled it clean out of the cap. So I'm going to take the cover off that one as well, just to check that one out to see is there anything in there, but can't really see anything that's going to be affecting it. So I just need to head off to Leinster Farm and see what parts we need to get that. A little bit cleaner now than what it was before. Couldn't be bringing that into a storm and it's full of grease. So we have a Fleming roller in, flat roller in for a little bit of repair. It seems to have got a bit longer, John, hasn't it? A bit wider here, this roller.
Sure, this lad said it wasn't wide enough.
Yeah, well, it's definitely wide enough now. Problem we were having was we just noticed a little bit of play on one of the rollers, and it was actually starting to tip the frame, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I went out to the field ahead and dropped it, and I said,
something not right.
Something not right here. So
yeah, I mean the roller is relatively new. It's only a couple of 2 or 3 year old. It hasn't done a whole lot, but
it's only 2 year old.
So we were just not quite sure. So we took the main frame off it, and again with most of these rollers, and they're probably still holding the same setup from NEZ or timber blocks in the roller. So
timber bearings. Yeah.
Timber bearings. So they basically sit across the shaft like so. You put your 2 bolts down, it runs through this frame here catches your 2. This is the one for the middle. Yeah. So you have a wooden block.
These actually now should be one piece. It's not that broke, so it should be all one piece.
But it's not one piece, John, is it?
Not anymore.
No, it's 2 pieces now.
And 3 pieces though.
So that's the way it should be. That's the one piece one.
Yeah.
Now, what would have happened? There is greaser on the timber bearings, which you can access it through the rollers when it's together.
There is access, yeah.
And were they working away? Is the grease getting to it?
That one is no longer there.
So that one is completely gone, because that one probably wore the block more. And
the block lower, yeah.
Now you can see we have a little bit of damage here on the shaft, which is probably not ideal. So that really what happened there is it wore down the bolt.
The block broke and went in bits, and then it kept moving to one side, and this bolt here
would have pushed up again.
Caught a track in it.
So what we'll have to do there is we'll have to get that built up.
I'd say the radio was turned up too high in the tractor. That's what happened.
Yeah, well, flat rolling is something like it is kind of, it's a bit boring, isn't it?
It is a bit.
So obviously no one went out to check it. Now, look, maybe it didn't take. We have them grease pints come down through the timber block. So if I push down here. It should. There we go. So the grease will come through these pipes here, down in and down onto the bearing, which will in turn grease the shaft. So that obviously wasn't happening.
No.
So we'll have to look into that. But for the time being, we just need to get 4 new. We're going to put 4 new timber bearings on it.
Both ends and here in the middle.
Both ends. Fix this here, so this pipe should travel down and sit into this hole here. Yeah, I don't know, John. It's a bit of a mystery, that one, isn't it?
It is now. I don't know who he was using.
Oh, no, and they can't blame you.
No,
you're not blaming now. John B never rolled in his life.
No.
Go ahead.
Well, no, with this one.
Only down a hill, maybe. So, in this week's Tool of the Week, we have, in this week's video, we're going to do a special little slot.
Gizmo.
A little slot, yeah. We're going to call it Tool of the Week. So, whatever tool that Mick, maybe for the week, he has used, has kind of got him out of jail, Mick is going to put up. So, this week's Tool of the Week is...
that.
Okay, Mick. So, what has it? Well, it has a magnet here on one side.
Yep.
This is a bit of this is like a mystery tool as well, but this actually is the tool that Mick has, which attaches to.
We bought it there this morning.
Yeah. So what's the purpose of it? How is it?
When you get a dog of a nut to get on.
Yep.
Quite simple. Now you can hang it. Nut doesn't fall off. Usually you can get out one end of the bolt, if you can hold it anyway. Square. Simple as that.
Okay, so where did you get that?
Alan Dennis.
Oh, right, so it's part from Snap-on.
€6. Couldn't go wrong.
Couldn't go wrong, yeah. Not too bad. If
You get you an awkward spot.
And can you use it just on one side?
No, I thought first it was on the flat, but Sean was saying to me, you can actually put it on the other end, on the ringer. And it clips. And held as well.
So what is its official name then?
Get you out of a real hole, John.
Get you out
With this stuff you get.
So that's
It's a strong magnet.
Yeah, that's for this week's mix. Tool of the Week. So we'd like to just wish Sean the very best. You're heading off again. I'll have left with no mechanics here the way I'm going. Cale, I'm gone, and now Sean heading off. You're going to block for 20 weeks.
Yeah, 20 weeks, yeah.
20 weeks.
Waterford, so.
Right, going down to Waterford. So that's starting next week.
Next week, yes, Monday.
Yeah, well, are you looking forward to it?
Oh yeah, learn a bit.
Yeah, you might socialise a bit too. You might.
We'll see about that.
You might find women in beer. You never know. But well, how has your last couple of months been here?
Ah, great.
What have you learned, or who have you learned it from? Or
Cale and Mick and Marco really haven't so have you know.
Yeah. So in fairness,
good
now,
mix here, so.
the lads are a great team. I have to say, get on very well. Great friends with each other. Yeah. Great bit of banter too,
Please,
and learning plenty, which is the main thing. So you should come back to us in 20 weeks, and you'll be full of knowledge. You'll be ready
Please
for
God.
Yeah, but look, just before you go, we have something small here, Shani, now, and it's your own. Now we will personalise it for your own Muckshop Wednesday t-shirt there. So don't forget to wear that when you're down in Waterford. The very best of luck, and shall we talk to you then after?
Thank
all right,
you.
no bother, Shani. Put on you there. Try it. So that's it for this week's Workshop Wednesday. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Yeah, we've only 15,000 subscribers there, as Carl would have said in the video, and over 100 videos of our Workshop Wednesday. So from everyone here at Finnegan's Farm, we'll talk to you all next Wednesday.